Good to hear a crowd in. And they're only going to get bigger from here as hub life continues. First game in the hub for these two teams. Big 2 minutes coming up here to quarter time. English palms it straight down to Kennedy though, and he drives it top of the square. Mackay from Nunes.
And this is where their big problem is. I mean, it's a hit out, but it's a hit out to disadvantage. But the centre bounce clearance domination is...
Tries to knock it forward. English tried to knock it back. Smith's got it. They've got him. Wing tackled, gang tackled. Seconds tick down. Grab Petrevski-Seton. Heads inside to Kennedy. Kick smothered though. Johannesson set the last one up. Heads out wide. Blues have the numbers. And a two-grabber nice from Kennedy. Crunch. Curnow put on his backside in a hurry. Kennedy's there. Toes it off the deck. Set up. Gave it to Ed Curnow, who's been spectacular himself. Heads wide to Kennedy. Plays on quickly. Didn't like Bontempelli on the kick. Kennedy slips it to centre field.
Just dried up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. The rain stopped about 15-20 minutes ago, and yeah, this drains very well.
Petrevski-Seton to McGovern. Runs on. Opens it up top of the square. Bruce is down there. West nearly plucked it from him. Kennedy in the hole.
Those are under pressure here from Carlton because the Dogs are upping that ante in that forward 50.
To Kennedy as they tightrope the boundary nicely. Nunes. Again. Casbolt. Kennedy towards half forward and Gibbons. Slap on was delightful. To Kennedy. To Betts.
Just great ball movement, great awareness. The knock over the top, kick off the ground. And then the spear to Edward.
Marshall. Oh, it all just opened up beautifully for him. Hit the wrong part of the foot. It's still in play. Black bounce, which is well read by Kennedy. To that space. Grace, so close. Kennedy on the up with the handball to Cunningham. Williamson did well. They just avert the danger. And now look what's on offer. One more and they're out. So conditions okay given how much rain there's been. Driving kick. Kennedy, who can take a mark up forward, and the North defensive coaches, any North supporter, let's be honest, will not be happy with that.
Well, just right off Dumont, I think it was, or Anderson's on the mark, but he just found a bit of space. It was a nice little kick by Murphy. Just kicked it into the space, hoping that a forward would get there, and this bloke Kennedy just read it better than anyone else.
So now Kennedy has had his issues at times with his kicking, but that is perfect and an excellent start for the Blues.
It's a great start for Carlton, but it was a curious kick from Murphy, Louis, because he just pulled it a little bit. And in the end, none of the tools actually got there to compete for the ball. As you say, it found a space rather than a pack of players. And Kennedy was the one that read it best off the boot.
Well, what defenders typically do is you reference yourself off the key position players from the opposition. So, you know, Pitnet there, McGovern. So they were a lot deeper. So all the North Melbourne players are going, okay, this has been slow ball movement. We're going to reference ourselves off these players. And even in the game last night, too many times Richmond kicked on the head of their key position players. So there's something in.
Play on. And the advantage is quickly taken. Summing it up nice. It was Cripps. It was all under duress. Setterfield, what a touch it was. And now Martin. Kennedy had got clear more centrally. He found Nunes in the season, stretching the handball to Petrevski-Seton. Hits the wing with Kennedy. And the Blues are in motion. They're a great team. Setterfield trying to get it to his own advantage despite the pressure from Simpkin and Attlee. Kennedy got through Anderson. He's got a free out of it for a trip. I think it was the out-of-zone umpire who paid it too.
He did get legged very late.
But to be that option.
Jordan, fans have been asking that, and commentators, for 10 or 15 years. You're a mod just out of the game. I thought this quarter. Petrevski-Seton to the wing. Kennedy up to meet it. Quick give to Setterfield. They're off in pursuit, but an attacking play again, and this time Casbolt.
Set from a defensive point of view, because the ball is always in motion, you just can't get a good read on it. So that handball received there, a lot of the time defenders think you might be going long because you're in that unfamiliar or that.
Well taken, well captured by Wiedering. He's a man in excellent defensive form. That's going to be 50.
It's against Higgins. Higgins
see what
worried
he's trying
about
to
someone
do,
coming past, but he was still too close to the man with the ball.
The man is Kennedy.
Line up for number 2. He's actually had a really good start to the game. This will be possession number 8 and hopefully goal number 2 for him.
Collecting a few fist pumps along the way on the journey.
Rather get those after a pick than beforehand.
Don't put the moz on him, Jason, please.
Well, we saw Goldstein miss one from here.
That was a ruckman, though, Jason.
True.
So Kennedy for his second goal. And he drives it straight through. There's no issues there at all. Not a lot worrying Carlton right now.
Unfortunately, just got penalised. So he's probably best just to take the mark there and get out of that area and let Juniak get out of that area also. But just was in two minds, and the umpires see those straight away and they pay it. What a costly 50-metre penalty it was.
I love the way Jacob Wiedering has reinvigorated himself. In 2020, he looks the star that we thought he was going to be.
The same wavelength there, the two North players. Go to the players it was designed for. Curnow gives the genuine one-on-one chance. And Mackay did well initially, but Jack Nunes has the last say. Kicks it through off the left boot. Ordered it, identified the handball option really well. Good progression from the Blues. Gibbons up to provide a target. Nunes, aggressive handball, maybe a little bit too much so. Who knows? Yes, they get clear, so it was all worth it. Wilson is off.
Good hands. Not easy in wet weather to take the ball like that.
Good running from Murphy. He had no idea that Walsh was coming. The advantage is last quarter. And they win another one here and give themselves an opportunity. Now it's Kennedy that nudges it forward for the Blues. Opportunity. Jones. There's some risk in the kick, as you can see. Kennedy, he's shown his prowess above his head. And he takes the mark, helps out in defence. That was a really pivotal mark because the Hawks had
contested possessions in half a quarter of footy.
They're ranked last in the league. Gunston, a bit of a target for a tackle, but he was able to keep the hands free. Scully, there's no way through there. And he misses the target that time. Goes in to try and straighten things out. He might be having an issue here. He's dived on the ball, but it came out to Kennedy's. Pitnet, Lee McAvoy. McAvoy got the timing right the second time. Warple, it's in Doherty. Sound decision that. Kick back to the wing was aggressive, aided by the fact that they fell over. Now Kennedy.
In front of where you sit, Baz, what's happening down there?
Really interesting at the moment. Patrick Cripps almost on half forward and
right in front of the Carlton bench, and Jack Martin told to go, runs off the mark, wants to keep it near the boundary line to Kennedy.
Kennedy now, you can see what's in front of him. Defensive structure in play, so prepared to take a little chip in board to Sam Walsh. #1 draft pick, rising star winner, hasn't missed a game. Looks to burn out now. 200-game star, that man, for sure. Back to Kennedy. Now, huge pack. Oh, good grab, Casbolt.
So many more elements to his game, which has been great, but West Coast to be disappointed here. They had it well set.
Time Cripps read it beautifully. Off hands to Kennedy. Blues have started really well, and out comes Levi. Comes out eventually. Curnow on hands and knees. Cripps in there. Look at the numbers around this contest. Ryan thought he was dispossessed without the ball in hand.
Koning family knocked down here to Kennedy. So Gaff says, no, I'll send it a bit more direct than that. Kennedy here, did he get a push? And the other Kennedy, the Carlton Kennedy, was able to take the mark. And
for us, Baz.
And the doctors have been having a look at Patrick Cripps for a while. He's back on down the race for some further attention.
Nelson, so a bit going on medically. Baptist Gibbons got bowled over by Shuey. Nelson took him on. He took the second one on. Will he be pinned?
Look at the superstar Cripps. Beautiful hands. Kennedy got the boot to ball with good timing. At the back, Eddie Betts. Here's Fisher, goal #4. Zach Fisher's got 4.
Great work by Cripps in the middle with Kennedy as well, linking up. What a day Zach Fisher is having. But again, the formula, reasonably simplistic, long, deep entries to a genuine contest, and the small forwards get there.
Shepherd, rare fumble. Nelson now. Kennedy's in there. Nelson again. Cole, little handball along the line. Go again. Nelson had a glance back inside. Decides to go long on the head of Kennedy. What a mark from Kennedy of Carlton. Matthew. And he goes wide and finds...
To get Jared Cameron to join his brother Charlie. No surprise. Here they come again. And on cue, there is Jared Cameron.
Pinging around off legs and boots. Fine. We'll have another ball back.
Curnow's got a lot of the ball now.
Conker, now he's in all sorts, gone holding the ball. Kennedy pumps it inside, looking for Mackay. That's frontal contact.
Feels like the incorrect disposal rule has disappeared. De Koenig's handball, great. Kennedy got it to Walsh. Goal coming up, Sam Walsh. Look at him go, 5. What a clean.
To Murphy, floats it forward, look out. Kennedy out the back. Setterfield, what's he got ahead of him? That's what he's got ahead of him. Play an exciting brand of footy, Brisbane. The Lions and Rayner, I thought.
The opportunity to do it nice and clean.
Nice and clean. Didn't find a body with the handball.
Here he is now. In fact, that was Zorko in an underlocky nil.
Martin back in. Pitternet jumps all over him. Nunes tried to slap it forward. Touch ball, as you heard. Kennedy takes the mark and then bashes off McCarthy. Wide to Nunes. So much of this term has been played in the Blues back half. Petrevski-Seton. And now Kennedy.
Matthew Kennedy back into the side. Sweet. Nice pick up from Williamson. Gets it back to Kade Simpson playing his last game, the long sleever. You'd love a goal. Kade Simpson, can he deliver one? Game 342, and there's a magic moment. Sees an option right through the middle. It's an ambitious ball to Kennedy. Time, here's Plowman.
Weird, isn't it? Because he's such a talented player and a beautiful...
Find the goals. Hugh McCluggage. Kenny's been a superstar player again this year for the Lions. There is Cunningham. Just cruising out of defence. Yeah, good hands from Mitch McGovern. Doesn't seen a lot of the footy, just disposal number 5 for that man.